Okay, welcome back everyone. This is actually the third game now. Only the second one I'm casting so far. But last game was pretty one-sided. See if this game will be a little different. We got a different team here. This one consists of Sigma, VC, Beepflop, Pizdon, and Jonte. So we got a whole different team here other than Sigma who played last game. Um, let's see what this team has in store for us. We got the bands, our Bushwhack, Pearl, and Jeraziah. Two of those were from last game. And we have Nymphora, Monarch, and Pharaoh banned from Legion. So that leaves open the Flux, which gets actually not first picked, is Engineer was first picked. And by Hellborn, and Legion picks up Fluxless Madman. And then we have a Magmus to pair with the Engineer. You can almost never go wrong with Magmus Engineer. That is just a classic combination of two heroes that goes so well together and can be played in a variety of roles. So they don't even have to be paired in a lane together, which was what makes them so unique. And they have one more pick. This could kind of shift their strategy if they want to pick up another support or a core hero here. Probably not a jungler because nobody plays junglers. They're going to go with Emerald Warden, another hero that can be either a core or a support hero. So, Emerald Warden, Magmus Engineer. Very heavy magic. Spell-focused heroes. I'm not sure actually how they're gonna actually run these heroes. I'm pretty sure Beep will play carry and Pizdon will play mid, based on these players, and Sigma will play position 3. I am expecting a 2-1-2 setup from these guys, but anything is possible. We could see lots of stuff coming up. Bands are going to be Pebbles, Lodestone, and Sir Bonzington, Mr. Joustman himself. Which is interesting because they already have so many disables on this side. I'm not quite sure they would want to run a Lodestone with those heroes. But a Pebbles makes a lot of sense with something like an Engineer for dual mid. Sir Benzington would be a pretty aggro-ish carry or core hero to make up a tri-lane or a dual lane somewhere. And then we have Plague Rider. A lot of teamfight presence with the Flux. You almost cannot let Plague Rider Flux be a combo. That's very potent. And they get rid of Zephyr and Kinesis. Kinesis to counter Magmus with a Lava Searcher himself. And be their own style of roamer. Zephyr was in last game. Sigma actually banned a lot of heroes that were picked in the previous game. Perhaps just wants to see different heroes. They go with Accursed and Riftwalker. These will be the two supports for Legion, as they need one more. Probably a position 3 hero to finish, or even a mid. They want to run Flux position 3. And Curse will probably be position 5. Riftwalker position 4. We saw a very similar lineup to this ran yesterday. What was the game actually? Was it this one? Riftwalker, Accursed, Madman. There was no Flux. It was a Lodestone and a Draconis though. But it was quite similar. Pyromancer, Corrupted Disciple. Okay. This is a very, very aggressive Hellborn lineup. This is lots of disables, lots of nukes. Very lane phase heavy aggression, even with their carry and a Corrupted Disciple. So it looks like we're gonna have Actually, I was thinking this looks like a tri-lane, but actually I think it's still gonna be 2-1 too. It might just be would it be a corrupted engineer lane? And then a Emerald Warden Magnus long lane? I think Sigma will play position 3 Magnus. This is what I was expecting him to do based on these players and what they like to play. So pretty sure the engineer and the Emerald Warden will be the supports. Magnus will be position 3. Pyro is the mid laner. Corrupted will be carry, position 1. Last pick is a Behemoth. Behemoth with Flux. Alright, they pick up one more hero to supplement the Wombo combo of Flux Riftwalker. Now they have the setup for the Riftwalker with the Fissure and the Shockwave. So Flux pull into Behe, Bonkaroni and Cheese, Wormhole, icing on the cake. Let's see if they can make it happen. Delete the Hellborn team into next match. Or if Hellborn team will come out victorious here. It is a Magnus Emerald offlane. Reminds me of TMM. Sigma and VC going into the long lane. What could go wrong here? Throw down some traps, create some pressure. Madman, Accursed, Riftwalker. I don't know where he's going. He's got an orb, so maybe he's going mid lane with Flux. Maybe he's jungling Riftwalker with an orb. Who knows? Behemoth Suicide. Not going to be contesting top, I would imagine. The solo CD for now. I suppose they could run a Pyromancer Engineer mid and just let the CD solo the Behemoth. There's not really a reason to run a support up here against a Boots Behemoth. Like, what is the support honestly going to do? Pull the lane and just take experience from the CD? They could even just send the Engineer to bot lane. And, well, maybe not the best choice because Accursed Madman loves to face tri-lanes. Pretty hard to kill them. Anyway. Red Ward comes out from Curse blocking the pull camp here. It's a Flux Riftwalker mid lane against an Engineer Pyro. Whoa, beast keg coming in from Jonte. Saw that on camera. Better not stand on top of each other one more time, boys. Can't be getting double kegaronied like that. I would be amazed if Behemoth can test this top lane. This is just like free farming for CD up here. He could always die to a rotation gank from like Riftwalker maybe. But like, you get drained, you're just out of town. CD just will eat this guy alive. Very important, he tries to keep the lane up by his tower so the Behe doesn't get the comfort of his own positioning. Magnus Emerald, I think they could kill the Accursed with levels, but they will never burst down the Madman if the Accursed is not disabled. What is happening? People are rage quitting left and right. So, Madman is going to feel pretty confident to be able to last hit here with an Accursed behind him. Always at the ready to remove a Lava Surge stun or an Emerald Warden trap or silence. But I want to say when they get maybe level 3 and they have silence and they have trap plus, I think he will need silence against an Accursed. I do not think he will go Wolf, but we'll see. Wolf hits 2 people, but we won't be able to really spam it either. Sigma also has a Red Ward, so maybe they are feeling confident that once he gets Volcanic Touch and puts a lot of pressure on the Madman, he can, even with the Accursed Heals behind him, he can do enough damage to keep him from farming, but I don't see it happening. We'll see. We shall see. Pyro Engie is an interesting dual lane. They don't really have a secure stun. They have lots of skill shots, lots of nukes. But Flux is tanky, and Riftwalker has... And they have double slow against heroes that if they get caught by slow, they could just die. Not level 1 yet, but... Maybe even like level 2 when Riftwalker has... Oh, he went Q level 1 on Riftwalker. That's kind of weird, actually. Does do 110 damage level 1, but... It's not really, I would say, an efficient level 1 spell other than maybe the damage output. Because it costs 120 mana. Doesn't scale up in mana cost or start low. And then this does way more damage. And the Shared Existence level 1 can slow up to 50%. Does hit a very nice Q though, so he wants me to eat my words. Engineer! Oh, the uphill miss! That was a bloodlust! Flux wants it, but there's a turret stopping him. Health pot comes up from Pyro. Man, that was bloodlust. Bot lane, what's happening in bot lane? Oh, Sigma doesn't have mana for stun. He needs 110. There's no way they kill either of these guys, though. Probably gonna send some regen out. Alright, we had a couple of close calls already in both lanes. Behe's on 5 creeps against 12 and 4 CD. This is gonna be a stomp. There's no way Behe can test this lane. That will be a problem for Legion later on. Engineer! Woo! Again, this guy skips death one more time. That's without the shared existence. This is just pull into Rift Burn. So much damage. We'll need to send some mana pots out. Okay, he bought out. Bought a TP, bought some regen, died to newts, doesn't give over the first blood. Fine, I'm fine with that. Respawner is very low. Probably much quicker than running back to base and regenning. Pyro is on 10 and 1, Flux is on 12 and 6, so the deny is very heavy on Legion side, and that's actually very important because these are 4 ranged heroes, and ranged heroes get less experience when you get denied a creep versus a melee hero. So denying 2 ranged heroes actually has a very impactful experience gap. And there's the Bloodlust on Pyro, because the slow from the Flux is enough. They don't even need the slow from the Riftwalker. So Pyromancer goes down 4 Bloodlust. And Magmus on 20 creep kills. Sigma's playing very well so far. Madman only on 16, farming some baby creeps at the pole, but he has a wave under tower that he's going to collect. Try to gain experience here. CD took 1 or 2 tower hits there, buys a bottle, wants to secure himself sustain. B actually has 12 creeps, which is not that bad, all things considered. He has Striders and a Hatchet picked up. We'll probably go for a Chalice next and just play kind of like semi-roam behemoth. It's gonna maybe try to impact the mid lane here. These are very easy kills, as both Pyro and Engie do not have escapes. They're actually rotating bottom. I don't know if this is because they knew maybe they saw Behe under this ward. Oh boy, but Pyro, if he shows himself, he could get walled here. Oh, he saw it coming. He's gonna get... I don't think that's a full block. It might not matter though. It might not matter. Pyro is just dead. There is no escaping that trio of heroes. Meanwhile, bot lane, Novi goes down to 3. Madman wasn't even there. He's just like, ain't no way I'm gonna sit in lane against that. And we have a 2-to-1 hero kill lead for Legion so far. They're getting majority of their farm on Flux. But Madman is not doing better than Magmus so far. And CD is having free reign. We'll see what CD can do with this farm that he's been given this game. See if he can transition this into something for his team. Both Magmus and Warden are quite low on mana at the moment. They have to constantly use their skills to apply pressure, and then the Accursed can keep them healthy with the heals and the Nihil Crystal giving him some HP and mana back. A lot of pressure already on the Mag. He's trying to do a backward stun and hit 2. No, he actually goes offensive with this stun. Needs to do a juke in the trees here. Sigma cannot do it though. He's dead. DED. They want to give the kill to Madman. Yeah, okay. They knew that Magmus had nowhere to run. So they wanted to give the kill over to Madman, give him that GPM boost. He's level 6. But this is a Steam Boots CD. I think Ace will... Oh, I missed the kill on the Flux. They rotate in Warden here. Probably got trapped up. And I would like to see him go for an Energizer as his next item, so he can just push the tower with the assistance of the creep wave, and also apply pressure to just run. Oh, baby, 30 life. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I wondered if he pressed overload, if it would have breached. This has how much range? 525 range. It hits the lowest target, by the way. And I think that might have been a misplay by Ace there, because I think if he just ran into tower when Bihi's Fissure was down, that was going to be a kill. So now the question is, does he know that Riftwalker's missing? Because a level 5, I think, even Riftwalker with a Bihi Shockwave could be enough damage to kill this guy. Oh! Oh, he's playing up! Oh, this is the Dream Bonk here on the neutral camp. Does Ace fall for it? Riftwalker's trying to get in range. Does have slow now. It's level 5. They're just going to go for the creeps here. They do use their skills on the creep wave, which means CD feels very confident now. Team support's coming in. This is everyone but Magmus up here. But they don't really have the best catch. And something made Legion go back. I guess they just felt they had cooldowns. We can't be here. We gotta go back. So even with the death though, Magmus on 37 creeps. Madman on 39. They're basically neck to neck. 280 versus 330 due to 1-0 and 0-1. We got a brawl up in the top lane. Trap comes down. There's a shockwave though. Boom! Engineer and Pyro are dead. They trade out. They also lose actually the Emerald Warden. And Legion was just more people. They were 4 against 3, I think. I don't know if CD was even there in time. They even steal the stacks. Oh boy, this is like big team fight / momentum boost. Magmus is up here with Invis, but they're leaving already. They didn't even stay for the last creep. They left it. Engineer misses Keg, tries to land it, doesn't have boots, can't really fault him there. CD's running in. Does he have enough sustain to fight them here on the uphill? Magmus is eruptioning. Oh, he canceled it! They were splitting up, so he cancels it, wants to save the mana. Get some mana back. Flux getting healed up here by the Accursed. They want the Flux though. They don't want the Accursed. Oh, Electric Tide misses. Flux is just going to be able to escape. They actually want to turn this. Both teams are kind of baiting each other. CD runs in. He's going to die. They were all still here. He thought they ran back. They're all so low. They only have mana for like 1 spell each, but it was enough. Magmus and Engie are trying to pick a target here. They're waiting for Pyro to be in range. There's a stun on the Riftwalker. Curse doesn't have mana for a Fire Shield. They burn Riftwalker down. Take out Serial Killer Streak. Goes to Pizdon on the Pyro. Curse has ultimate. No, he does not. 40 seconds. Eruption goes off. They take out Yalgar Dig in the trees. They take out Navi, and they did overextend. They got the CD kill, but they lost 3. Not going to be worth it in the end, as double tap goes the way of Pyromancer, boosts him up to 270 GPM. Magmus ports back down to the bot lane, collects the wave down there. Sitting on 300 GPM now. And this chart looks very, very even though we have a 1400 gold lead for Legion. CD now in the mid lane. Did opt for the vestments, can't really disagree there. Still want to see the Energizer picked up. He goes in here with the conduit. Keg is gonna hit on the Flux, I believe. He's gonna get taken out there though. Doesn't have backup. B's in the area with a smoked up Riftwalker. Might try to bait this out. They're not committing though, and Riftwalker's gonna be unable to really utilize this smoke attempt here. Curse up in the top lane is a little interesting. Probably just wanted to defend the tower. Guess level 7. I guess he wants to farm his boots. But they're not really pressuring the Madman at the moment. He hasn't even died so far this game. He's 66 gold per minute at the moment. I'm not sure what he's going to go for. If he's going to do Cleaver Madman this game or try to go for Mach. And I think you could make a case for Mach because they're going to want to pick up portal keys on some of these heroes here. CD is not the most flash farmy carry, so I don't think he needs the Cleaver, which comes online faster than the Mach. So I think we could see a Mach Madman this game. I'm not saying we will, but I think we could see the Mach. Could maybe even go the Dreamcatcher. Big dive. Ooh. Comes out mid lane. They go past the tier 1 tower. NG was all by himself. Curse feeling pretty comfortable up here. Might bait some TPs out. Corrupted is draining. Curse is negative damage. He heals them when he hits. Here's a trap coming in from Warden. Gets the catch on the Madman. Are the heals and the shields enough? Madman does have another stock. He's fine. There is no ultimate on the Accursed. The Wolf does hit. Riftwalker here from the flank with Behemoth. Double stun comes in from the fissure. The dive is too much. CD and Emerald die. So many low victims here from Legion. And man, oh man, that was so close to getting kills onto both the Accursed and the Madman. Just a little too tanky, a little bit too many heals. Didn't have that extra hero that they needed on Hellborn to secure at least one or if not two of those kills. And it looks like we are going to see the Cleaver on the Madman. So he's going to go the safer route. Wants the secured farming tool and the sustain, as he wants to apply pressure, I believe, with his team here. Engineer trying to set up from the flank, has an energy field, but can he catch the Madman? I don't think so. That would be pretty hopeful, to say the least. Without something to keep him in place for that keg stun to land. Curse, meanwhile, bot lane does have flame consumption, but can he use it? No, he cannot. Watch your beard, kid. You are going to the grave as they burn all their spells. And now they will try to push this tower as well with the Fervor activated from Pyromancer. Goes down to the team. Cuts into the deficit a little bit with a kill plus a tower. Middle lane, we have a Flux pull coming in. There's the BT portal key. They only get the support engineer, though. Still a kill, though. But probably not the one they were hoping for. Emerald Warden being chased down. There's a Chalice on the Behemoth. 3 seconds on the Fissure. There's a Silence coming in. This is a very big dive. No team reaction. They're just going to sacrifice him. They wanted the tower up in the top lane. They want to apply pressure to the bot lane. Does hit the Dragonfire stun on the Madman. Magma's not in range, though, to perhaps go for a stun eruption. Ooh. He doesn't have mana. He has Chalice, though. He could have went for an eruption here. A little bit surprised Sigma didn't go for it. And now he's going to pay for it with his life. Man, I do feel like he could have Chaliced for that kill. Chalice into eruption. Not sure why they didn't. I mean, they committed anyway. I'm not sure why he didn't just full commit with the ultimate. CD goes for Energizer. Props to AC Wacy. Mr. Beepity Floppy. He has kind of tapered off, though. I mean, he had such a good laning phase in that 1v1 matchup against the Behemoth, but hasn't been able to really take off this game. They're going to maybe catch the Flux here. He's going to go with the Drain. Doesn't have defensive discharge. Trying to do some body blocks with the illusions. Here comes the energy field down. Trying to prevent any follow-up. Flux will fall. Behe comes in with a Fissure, but has the portal key away. They get the kill. Force out a TP. Burn an ultimate or two, which they're going to be pretty happy with. And Flux is dead. He's going for an Alkbones, by the way. Don't think he has that completed yet. Just has the component. I've been surprised Sigma goes for the Striders here, playing a core Magnus, but maybe we'll see post haste after the portal key, or later on this match. Can't forget the post haste got a buff. Since another Ward of Revelation. Engineer gets picked off here. Did he get beat? He bonked again? Bro! What is this targeted hate here from Behemoth? He's just pissed at this Engineer. I don't know what Engie did to him, but it's feeling personal right now. It's feeling personal. He keeps eating the shockwaves, keeps soaking the deaths for his scores. I feel for you, Mr. Engineer. I feel for you. It's 14-8 right now. Legion is up by 6 kills, but only up by 1,400 gold. The experience, though, is pretty large. We have a level 12 Madman right now. 512 XPM ahead of the pack. Let's take a quick look at the damage charts, as I think he just right-clicked the cleaver. Not too bad, 16 minutes. Teamfight middle lane. We'll talk about damage later. Oh, Riftwalker misses the wormhole. Unfortunate. They do maybe not need it to hit onto anyone because they've already cleaned up the team fight. They took out Pyro and Warden, and Engineer just respawned and died again. So, poor Engineer. He is dead again. But Magnus now has his portal key. Doesn't have level 11. Doesn't have the largest of mana pools, but it's going to show it here on the creep wave. Cleans up the wave. Health pots himself. See what they can do now with this Magnus portal key, because they were waiting for this for quite some time. They want to go here top lane, but he's going to PK away from the wolf, dodges it. Legion is kind of stealing their jungle and rotating into top lane, but we have a Veiled Rod and Magnus. They want to gather and take a team fight up here. Pyro does have a TP. He cleans the middle wave. Flux is also making his way up to top lane. We are probably going to have a brawl here. They do not have Shockwave for 12 seconds. CD has a regen in his bottle. Is going to pop it and be healthy. Will the Legion team stay up here and commit to a fight? Riftwalker has no mana currently for a combo. And Flux is actually just going to walk in, not coordinated with his team there. Goes in, dies. Signals a full-on commit now from the Hellborn side. Accursed did pop the flame consumption. Not going to matter. He's going to be walked down and dies. And they just get caught out of position. One by one. Feed over 2 kills to Corrupted Disciple, who picks up a Lightbringer now. He's going to be working on that Dawnbringer. And Yagar Dig actually gets spotted. I don't know how that happened. Maybe it was the Magnus portal key. They spotted him under a ward or something. But he goes down as well. So it ends up being 3 deaths. And now it's going to be a mid-tower. And just like that, one little tiny hiccup in the match throws back the advantage that they once had. And with this tower, the gold lead is 39 gold. This game is dead even in resources. Still a experience lead for Hellborn, as Madman is kind of doing his thing with the cleaver. He pushes the bot tower, goes over to creeps, and they regain a 1,000 gold lead. Will the Madman go straight into a Shrunk in this game? Will he pick up another, I don't want to say farming item, but will he go into like some kind of subsequent cleaver build, like a Whispering Helm, or does he go straight into Basher? Okay, so he's gonna go for a kill item, help him do damage. There's a wild dive going on here. I didn't even expect that. Does Bihi just solo bonk the Emerald Warden? And Bihi is pissed at all the supports today. Every support, solo Shockwave. Get out of my game, kid. He's just killing people and paying for it with his life. 0 Fs are given. But he's making space. He's taking the attention off Madman. If they're killing them, they're not getting ganked in their jungle. So it's achieving something, in a sense. Now, Pyro has his PK picked up. They got follow-up now to the Magnus initiation. He's got Spell Shards 1, so he can clean waves. He can apply pressure around the map. Pops an invisibility rune. He's going to maybe go for a solo play here. Not really a whole lot of smoking being done here across the board this game. Just barely misses the Riftwalker. They have a ward here. He saw the behemoth running mid. There are no revelations down, luckily, so Pyro can maybe try to go for a pick here quickly. He's entering into danger territory. Oh, he wants to scout the Kong pit. Oh, he got him! Oh, maybe he wants to steal Kongor, actually. You know what? Watch your beard, kid! Alright, so here's the thing. I think his invis might have been running out. I didn't actually check that, and I should have. But he takes the kill on the guy he wanted, and he stops the Kongor. Meanwhile, his team was diving past the tier 2 tower simultaneously. Emerald Warden is going to get cooked here. Maybe? Oh, NG. Just one hit. Emerald Warden. He's going to fall. Here comes CD. B, he gets shielded by a curse. Doesn't matter. He goes down. Good attempt on the Lava Surge there from Sigma. Tried to catch two. Went for the flashy play. They're going to probably walk down the accursed. Maybe. No, he's actually going to get it to safety in time. And Magnus with a Prism, I think, means he wants to go for a Storm Spirit. Could be a Sand Scepter, but I don't think so. It's probably one of these two. I don't think he'll go into straight sheep. It's possible, but they are against a curse, so probably not. Got the Searing Light finished on CD. If I was a betting man, I would say he's gonna go Shrunken now before finishing the Dawnbringer. But it's very possible he will just go for the full Dawnbringer. They don't have that many stuns other than Bihi, but realistically, if CD has a Shrunken and Flux pulls and he just insta Shrunkens on Flux pull, what is really killing him? What is really killing him? Maybe a wormhole into Madman right clicks? So they're gonna actually trade Kongors here. Both sides get their Kongor at around 23 minutes. Pretty late actually into the game, I would say, but Legion did try theirs earlier and were stalled by the Pyromancer. It is a Storm Spirit on the Magnus. Perhaps wants to jump the back line, maybe storm up the Riftwalker or the Accursed and just keep him out of the fight. Let CD go ham. Picks up a Mighty Blade. And he had the gold for an Ice Brand, so he could have finished an Ice Brand here for his Dawnbringer, chooses not to. So it's going to be Shrunken Head. Pyro picks up the Post Haste now. Spell Shard's level 2. He's going to be looking to achieve split pushing here and also being able to have global presence around the map. You know what would be really cool? I would really love to see, like, once he gets Shards 3, if he goes into a Pegasus Boots. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I think it'd be pretty sick to have Pegasus Boots and he could just port onto his Magnus when they want to go for solo picks. Because right now he could just keep split pushing. He could just keep split pushing, apply pressure, slowly whittle down their towers. If Magnus is here as well, like they could just burn the Madman down with Eruption and I was gonna say Laguna Blade. I don't know why. I haven't played Dota in years, but with Blazing Strike. I don't think he solos him here. He's got too much HP. Needs a second hero. It's a lot of damage with the Fervor stacks. I'm so close. It's so close. CD knows he's here, man. He TP's under a ward. That's so unlucky. He was really hoping they didn't have vision there. I mean, this TP was great if there wasn't a ward here. He would have. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have known, and they wouldn't have blinked and used pyro spells. That's pretty unfortunate. Madman's played a pretty solid game so far. That's only his second death. He's just trying to get that shrunken before he can join the team. You almost wonder if the brutalizer was necessary. Mostly because it delays the shrunken to a bit too late in the game, I would say. So he needs to be bought a little bit more time to get that finished before he can successfully teamfight Hellborn. NG's going for Staff Rush. I'm okay with that. Almost can't really argue with Staff NG. It's so good. Pegasus boots. Go for Pegasus boots. I think it will go for either Grimoire here or Sheepstick. Which, oh, actually, he could even go for Staff. No joke. But I think it's the worst of the choices. I would like to see either the Grimoire or the Sheepstick. Because with a Sheepstick, I think he has enough damage to kill the Madman. It's just hard if the Accursed is there. With the Grimoire, it's more total damage. Energy field comes down here. This is a defensive energy field. You can tell Magnus doesn't want to go in here. He's thinking about it, but he doesn't really want to commit. Maybe not until there's more team support. Our beepity floppity flip flopper beep has shrunken now. So they could probably, I mean, there's no real objective other than this top tower to take. They would have to commit to base. And there has been damage on the bot lane. Almost half HP already. Which is quite nice. Most of that damage came from Pyro split pushing. NG is one piece away from Staff. Well, he goes for Jade Spire. Not what I imagined he would buy at this stage of the game. When you buy a Jade Spire, it means you really don't want to be in the fray of the team fight, or when you split push, you want to be hidden in trees better, so you can cast from Fog of War. So it's an interesting choice here, I would say, mostly because it's another small item he buys. But for me, it's going to come down to how he uses this Jade. If he wants to continue split pushing, and he wants to sit in trees and cast spells from far away, people can't find him, or whatnot, then I think it's fine. But I think there are better choices here to go for than the Jade. Ooh, team smoke. Everyone's smoked up but the Madman. They're gonna catch NG. NG's dead. Don't go in, Warden. No, he's dead. This is a mistake that a lot of players tend to make. Is you try to help the guy who's already dead, and there's no way to save him. And instead of losing one guy, they lose two. So now both the supports are dead. And what did they really commit? A Wormhole and a Flux Pool. They still have Bihi Shockwave for a base push if they want. They might also set up on the CD here with Behemoth. Oh, CD, you could be in some trouble. This is good awareness by Ace. He knew he couldn't stay there and commit to the tower and that the creeps were going to secure it. And now Bihi, I think, will end up wasting this smoke. Unless... Uh-oh. They are... Was this another group smoke? They had a second one. He has Shrunken TP though. Good TP. Presence of mind from Flop. He TP's out. And then they waste this group smoke. Unless they end up allowing them to still get an engagement here. NG is sub 100 gold from his staff. Who's Magnus going on? Pyro is scouting. They actually catch the Behemoth. He did Shockwave though. He did Shockwave. NG dies. Doesn't get to buy his staff. CD is getting... Oh, he's getting chewed up! Madman coming in with the deeps. Poor CD, man. He cannot fight the Madman under those conditions. I gotta say, they might need a Bola for this Madman. Because he just mono CD. Magnus is not dusted, actually. Watcher Beard comes out on a curse in the background. But Madman's still feeling pretty confident now. Big spells are down from CD, and it's just Magnus and Emerald that's really threatening him. Gets silenced up. They catch Magnus here. They have the Portal Key and now the Shrunken picked up on Flux. What will Madman go here? Does he go for the big bonk? Does he go for the Oblivion Hammer? Or does he go for some more DPS? He's got 2 items he can sell to get better stuff before even upgrading Oblivion Hammer if he wants. My man Engie, you finally got that staff. I saw you were trying to get that for like 5 minutes now. A couple of deaths did throw it back a bit, but we're there. Emerald Warden, nothing yet. He's got nothing. He's 233 gold per minute. Doesn't have an item. Probably going for tablet. Magnus is going for, I think, Shrunken Head. Would probably makes the most sense with a mighty Warhammer. I think they saw him place that ward, if they were paying attention. Pongar's up for both teams. Legion used 2 group smokes already. I don't know if they have any more in stock. Can't really check that. When is this up? It's every 10 minutes. So if they bought it, I don't think they bought it before. They probably don't have a group smoke yet. Or maybe it's coming up in a couple minutes. Both Kongs die. Just like clockwork. This is, what, 3 Kongs per each team? So Engie's got, no, two Kongs for each team, I think. So Engie's got damage. Pyro's got damage. CD's got move speed. Oh, Magnus was greedy. This is like probably one of the worst places you could go on the map after both teams do Kong War. You have to be so careful to go mid lane by yourself. It's so easy to just get jumped after a Kong War like this. Warden takes stats. Magnus takes movement speed. Be his horn between damage and stats. Madman took stats. Flux took stats. Riftwalker took stats. I would maybe take damage on Riftwalker, but I will not say that stats are bad. That is completely fine. But for my own personal taste, I think I would take damage. Mostly because you just cast spells on Riftwalker. Curse takes stats. Okay, everything looks pretty good, I would say. No complaints from me on Kong choices for buffs. We have a Light Brim picked up on Pyro. He's going for Grimoire now. So with the Jade picked up, he's about to buy a Grimoire unless he wants to hold for buyback. I was gonna say that he could have already had the Grimoire, which I would have been correct in saying that, but what is Emerald Warden doing? That is a death. Hellborn team's getting a little sloppy here. Losing players here and there. Maybe not reading the map correctly. Taking some risks, trying to get some vision down. Always tough. Madman goes for a Whispering now at 35 minutes. Probably had that for a few minutes actually as he's sitting on 2500 gold. Pyro is still showing himself actually. Oh, Madman doesn't know he's here. Would be nice if he had a Word of Sight down, but Perhaps none available. Oh, oh. Look out, look out. Okay, puts pressure. Oh! No! He was so close! Ah, so close from Yagardig. Good presence of mind to have a dust, though. I really like that he has dust. He shows that he knows what Pyro wants to do. To sit in trees and be disruptive. And now it will start to become a cat and mouse game. Who catches who while split pushing. Sigma doesn't go for the cannon there. Doesn't want to greed. Split pushes the wave. Wormhole! Oh, Pyro's too fast. Ooh, CD's here now. This is a 2v2 and Wormhole is down. Engie's coming in. Throw the energy field! Oh, he can't get in range. That would have stopped the TP. That Perplex would have stopped the TP. And they would have maybe gotten another kill there, but without a PK or a tablet to get in position there. Not in range. Adman does go into Oblivion Hammer now. Has no buyback gold. Only sitting on 600. It's Haste and Magmus he's running into. We got tablet picked up on the Warden. I'm wondering... Now, I do think that NG will probably want like a PK or something to position himself. But maybe like if we get to that point, will he staff someone? Who will he staff? Will he choose the Pyro, who can blast people in AoE? Will he choose the Warden, who can give a bird over to CD or Pyro? There's some choices to be made there if they want to invest into a legacy on the Engineer. Pyro is very aggro here. He one-shots the Accursed. 1700 HP, full combo with the Grimoire. And he's got that up in 40 more seconds. Won't have the Grimoire, but we'll have the full nuke combo. Yeah, that's the power of the Pyromancer with Grimoire of Power. And Spell Shards. Haven't talked too much about the supporting cast of Legion this game. A Curse goes for an Abyssal Skull. Pretty good pickup, I would say. They have the Madman who can benefit from that, and then the base damage added to Flux is always nice. Give him some more right-click presence. The lifesteal, not really going to be utilized, I would say, by the team, but... What's going on here? It's just illusions, okay. But it's a pretty good aura, I would say, still to have. Behemoth has a Storm Spirit. Always good to have a Storm Spirit in the team. I do feel, however, on a Behemoth, it can be kind of awkward to have a Storm because you want to jump the back line. You catch this Pyromancer here. Magmus does have his... Oh, he walks in, gets shockwaved, but he's got no team support. It was such a good go, but at the same time, a very bad go because there was no team with him. So Storm Shirt is a pretty awkward item, I would say, on a Behemoth because you want to be kind of counter jumping with Shockwave or initiating to start, and you don't really want to be baiting your teammates or counter jumping to blink storm somebody. So I feel it can be very awkward to have a Storm on a Behemoth, but probably the only hero in the team that's getting the farm to have one. I think Madman lives here. They didn't have a follow-up stun to get that eruption damage to full effect. They would have needed Pyro, I think, there, but he was off in top lane with Postus on cooldown. But they do make Madman use Shrunken, and you want to have it for another 55 seconds. Lux has a Demonic Breastplate, so they now have Demonic plus Abyssal, 2 auras on their side. None of those team fighting auras on Hellborn, other than a Energizer on the CD. It's very greedy self items, maybe minus a Storm Spirit for Magmus. They really are sticking to their guns. They want to be a pick-off and split-push team, and they're not buying into any team-fighting items, which is completely okay. but they will need to play that way now. Whereas Legion, I think, has the upper hand with team fighting items, but they're not able to catch Hellborn and play in a team fight style. Good sidestep there on the Dragonfire. It doesn't keep him in place though, so portal keys away. Uh-oh. Pyro shows himself. Storm Spirit on the Engineer. Flux is getting drained here by CD. Watcher Beard comes out on the Madman. They bring him down. He couldn't get shrunken off. He got perplexed, I think, by the Engineer. Caught by a stun, even perhaps. And without Madman, their DPS goes heavily down. Shrunken was down from Flux. He was drained by CD. Couldn't man up and do anything. Beatty dies. And Madman. Hellborn is 5 versus 2. There is buybacks, but no shockwave if they choose to use the buyback. And this could be a Rax here. Or, at the very least, 1 to 2 buybacks. Let's see what Hellborn does. They might just want a token. They might say, screw forcing buybacks, let's get a token on our CD. Or even our Pyro. They're 5 grouped up here. Hey, there's a buyback from Madman. See if it's enough to get them to stop doing the Kong War. Engineer's almost dead here to Flux. Oh, Barrel Roll missed actually on the Warden Tablets. Wormhole. There's the Flux pull. It catches CD and Emerald Warden. CD is dying. He's fine though. He pops the Shrunken. He has Genjuro down for 10 seconds. Energizes away. Goes for the TP. They have a ward though. Oh, they have a ward. He TP's under a ward of sight. Just like Madman earlier in the game here. TP's under the ward of sight. Madman's actually almost dead. That looked like a Magmus Pyro Watcher Beard combo. Lux has a portal key now, and now what they can do is, we saw it in this fight, Riftwalker channels the Wormhole Cascade event, and Flux just PKs onto the spot where the Riftwalker is ulting, pulls them into that spot, and that's their combo. So now, with the buyback from Madman and the secured death on the CD, they can look to be the ones stealing the enemy Kong War first. Their Kong is actually still damaged, funny enough. And if they can get this one, they can force a token engagement fight. This is a double damage Madman. Oh boy. Magmus shows himself here. Flux does pull. Shrunken Head popped by the Magmus. Can he get his stun off? He's being very patient. He gets Oblivion Hammered though. Has to stun toward the tower. Flux blinks in. There's a fissure. NG goes in with an energy field. Not going to secure any kills as Warden falls. CD didn't have buyback. He's up in 3 seconds. I think this Kong is dead. Not the best initiation here from Hellborn, and they choose to try to fight that without vision and without their CD. It's kind of questionable to maybe take that fight when they could just look to maybe counter over at the Legion's Kong War. They missed the stun here on Madman. Counter bomb coming in. 2-man Shockwave Fissure combo. They actually get the Madman. City is healthy. Pyro stays alive. They want more. How hungry are they going to be? Are they going to be content with this? Buy Ziwaza Potion on Pyro. He buys Health Pot, okay. Only if they wanted to do Legion Kong War, I would say buy the Waza Potion. So maybe they don't want to contest here. Yet. Lux jumps Pyro, actually. That's real Pyro. Is he dead? It's dead. Lux is being drained. Energy field comes down. Oh, he Keg's Flux out! Curse gets his flame consumption off. Probably gonna die. Oh, they're actually just ignoring him. They don't care. They want the Riftwalker. The curse is still here. He doesn't have a TP. Oh, he doesn't have a TP. Alright. That's a genocide, folks. And who did they kill? Only Pyro. Pyro almost has gold for buyback. What is his... How do I see his buyback cost? Maybe if they get this tower as buyback? I don't think he'll use it though. He is up without Shockwave. They might think he has it though, and respect it in case they want to buy back, but nah. Pyro has buyback now, 45 seconds. If I was Pyro, I don't think I would buy back here. Magnus pre-pop Shrunken just as a precautionary measure to get the racks. I'm okay with that. Oh, make sure you get the ranged racks, boys. They got it. Goes down to creeps. Alright, so now what they could do is, if they wanted, but they still don't want to actually, is take Legion's Kongor. And just going for Wingbow. It's time for him to be the carry for the team. He's tired of the CD, unable to carry his team. Okay, joking aside, I believe he's going for a Spike Bola with this Dancing Blade. As these are the 3 items you can buy with this Dancing Blade. And I did mention earlier that they could definitely use a Spike Bola against Madman. No talking gonna come out here. But this is, I think, the 4th Kong for... It's now 4 Kongs to 2 Kongs. They've gotten 4 on Legion. Lux started to take movement speed now. So we're getting into late game. He's almost all in on damage. Madman is split between stats for early game and movement speed for now late game. Riftwalker is 4 into stats. Extra 400 HP is quite nice on support. Same with the Accursed. CD's got the Holy Trinity ranged carry 2020 item build of Dawnbringer, Genjuro, Shrunken Head. I call this the Imba Boy trio for ranged carries. They find Madman here. I don't think he dies. But they make him Shrunken. Oh. Okay, yeah, that was their own teammate. Lux has a Frostwolf Skull. He didn't have that before. And now he's starting to also be... Well, shouldn't say now. He's been a threat for his team for a while now with this build. He has also been a quite solid drain candidate for CD, as opposed to if he can stay on top of Madman or not. Draining the Flux is very good because he cannot really run away easily like the Madman can. But we got a lot of gold on the Pyromancer here, and I'm thinking he will want to swap out this either the Straight Spire or Spell Shards for something. Maybe a Resto Stone or a Sheepstick. I think Jade Shards can be Sheep Resto, as his last 2 items would be very good. He could also buy Shrunken, which is not out of the question. But I think he would prefer to be the one doing the catching versus playing with the Nullstone and a Shrunken on a Pyro to be very defensive. He gives the gold to CD, and I think they want him to farm buyback money because Pyro has a buyback right now. Magnus is getting caught here. I think he's fine though. Stun out. Too slippery. Oh, meanwhile they kill Rift at the base with the Pyro combo. Lux pull. Throw down energy field. Doesn't hit the Madman though, but Madman walks in anyway. I guess he's dead. And who did they kill over here? They killed the Accursed. Now the supports are dying left and right. Three supports end up falling. And it's a 3-on-4 favoring Hellborn. So this top lane is slowly becoming an issue for Legion. They have to constantly send one guy up there to defend. Madman is all by himself bottom lane. Oh, almost gets trapped up by the Warden. That would have been a sick trap from Warden there. And now they know Madman has no Shrunken. Man, does he go all in, sell Chalice, and buy a Refresh? Nah, I don't think he will buy a Resto Stone. Have Shrunken again, that would be silly. But he does have 5,000 gold, so either needs to make a choice here. Buy an item or save for buyback. Big Behe Bomb coming in. They take out Emerald Warden. CD gets stormed up. Does have Shrunken, but can't get it off. He does now. Madman didn't have a Shrunken. He will have to buy back here to hold this Rax. Flux is being slowed by the Dawnbringer from CD. Gets stunned by the Magnus. He will go down. Flux also has a buyback. They will use 2. Vision Stun comes out on the Pyromancer. He goes down. They get the melee Rax though. And the ranged Rax under pressure from the creep wave. They want more though. CD pops the Shrunken and is running away. Magnus goes for the TP. Gets pushed by Flux. That does not stop TPs, by the way. So they lose their melee Rax here. At the cost of also 2 buybacks, 1 on the Flux, 2nd on the Madman. Wait, did Madman buy back twice in this fight? I think 1 was used earlier, right? He bought back... Oh, he bought back for the Kongor up here. Okay, so yeah, he used his last buyback to try to save this melee Rax, but it did not save it in the end. So, after having no more buybacks, it's time to start buying items. Looks like he's going for Wangbo on the Madman. I would be surprised if this is Ebola. We got Kongor number 3 attempted here by Hellborn. CD's got Lifesteal picked up. I would imagine he will upgrade this into Symbol so he can man-fight the Madman, which has been one of his biggest problems so far this game. Has the Wingbow already. Almost item capped on the CD. The Madman should be building his own Wingbow to have that evasion, extra agi, movement speed, unit walking, you name it. Extra attack range as well. Who did NG staff? He staffed Warden, okay. And who did Warden give the bird to? He gave the bird to Pyro. Behe Dunk comes out, double shockwave! Takes out Emerald Warden, doesn't take out Engineer, got the energy field down. Here comes the Flux pull. NG, 1 hit, dies, Shrunken, activated on the Madman, going for the Pyromancer. He's Storm Spirited up, comes down, does fall. They lose the Behe. Magnus trying to be found here by Legion. Double buybacks coming in from triple buybacks coming in. Magnus engaged, but there's no tower for the team support to get here. So, interesting choice there to go with the Eruption. Trying to, I guess, get them to fight, but that's triple buyback. They know the Behemoth has no shockwaves right now. Probably also has no buyback because he bought a Resto Stone. They're going to group smoke here, maybe go for a pick off. They see Madman on the bot lane, know he has no buybacks, and if they kill the Madman, there's the Magma Stun. Storm Spirit comes out, Pyro chooses to go on the Flux here instead. It does pop Barbed Armor, kills the Pyro, almost dead. CD is trying to pick a target here. He has Symbol of Rage, doesn't have a buyback. There's a second buyback from Pizdun. He's got Post Haste up. He Post Haste into the mid lane. They are going to lose Emerald and Engineer. CD holding his ground. Has Shrunken in 1 second. Pops it. Dodges the wormhole. Madman and CD trying to duke it out. What is happening in this fight? Pyro gets bashed by Madman. Madman goes down. Doesn't have a buyback. Beep Flop has a hat trick. Beep Flop dies. Hellborn team is full genocided. That is 6 players dead as Pyro did die back there in that fight. They did kill Madman. But they also bought back on the Flux. which was his second buyback. This game is getting more and more interesting by the minute, as now we have 3 players in total in this game that do not have a buyback anymore. We have both the big cores from Legion, as well as the mid laner from Hellborn that are currently out of buybacks. CD has 2, but doesn't have gold. He's staying dead for 60 seconds. And what can the trio here of Roofwalker, Flux, and Behe accomplish with only Emerald Warden alive? Can they get some tower damage? Can they get a Rex? Emerald Warden is going to try to slow this down, but has to be very careful here. He cannot fight into the Flux. Flux also has to be careful not to overextend because they could buy back. He doesn't know if they have buybacks, as Magnus does have one, and if they kill the Flux here, he's staying dead for probably 100 seconds. So Magnus buys back. They don't want to give up this tower for free. Flux goes in with a pull here. Shrunken is popped here by Magnus. Tower is falling to the cannons. They do need to defend that, keep the tower alive. And Riftwalker is actually up in the top lane still. Does have post-haste though. They're jumping the Behemoth. Okay, he gets stormed. Shockwave comes out though, cancels the eruption. Behe storms himself. And Wormhole hits, takes out Emerald Warden. Double stun from the Magnus. They're sitting in energy field, taking some damage. They actually killed the Flux though. That's a huge kill. And Riftwalker also dies. K-Stun hits on the Accursed. That could do it. That could be the game. It is now Madman versus 4 players, as Hellborn team will come bum rushing down mid lane. They will actually get buyback just now. They will get buyback gold. Okay, so what he's asking here is he was actually had Storm Spirit immunity because he got stormed by the Magnus, which he's probably forgetting about, which I believe you cannot Storm Spirit a target 2 times within a certain amount of time here. So he's probably forgetting about that. But this is going to be the Megas, and I believe that will do it. That should be the game. They're going to probably just go Cutthroat here. They got 15 seconds on a Curse, 20 on Behemoth. That should do it. That's a pretty good game here to conclude that one. Pretty fun finish there, as it came down to buybacks and 1 or 2 team fights to finish out the game. But damn, that was a fun one actually. Pretty unique lineup coming in from Hellborn as well, with the Pyromancer, Emerald Warden pickups, and the CD hard carry.